Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. How is everyone doing today? My name is Sam, watching live production tips and tools, and welcome to the live stream. Super excited to be here today as we are going to be talking about mobile live streaming again. And we have few accessories, obviously, because today's stream we're gonna focus more on the audio side. I've actually noticed that many people might be struggling just a little bit when it comes to how to find the perfect audio or how to get the perfect audio for their mobile live streaming. So when I say mobile live streaming, I mean mostly using things like the Yolobox Pro and the Acsoon Seemo, which is another device that I actually discovered. It's pretty recent, that you can actually use to stream with your iPhone. And of course, if you're streaming directly from your phone, your iPhone or Android phone, that's considered mobile streaming as well. So I've got a few solutions here, a few suggestions that I'm gonna be giving or showing to you guys. But other than that, make sure you say hello in the chat. So let me see who we have here available. If you're watching live, it's important you actually say hello in the chat. Let me know how you're doing. Ask me some questions. If you have some, we're gonna be answering questions as well. So we're gonna talk about all the things that we're gonna talk about today, but at the same time, anytime you can actually stop me or ask me anything. It doesn't have to be mobile streaming related, as long as it's actually related to video and live streaming in general. I'll be more than happy to give you my insights. So we get no, that's me. I think we have Tribe. The Tribe is in the chat from Florida. Welcome. And we have VM Live. Sorry, sorry guys. We got VM Live Media Production. Welcome to the chat as well. Welcome to the stream. So thank you guys for joining. And again, if you're just watching live, make sure you hit that like button. That's important because that tells YouTube that we're sharing good information here, that and that more people need to see it. But other than that, if you're watching on a replay, welcome. Make sure you leave a comment if you have questions, things that you want me to cover in the future live streams or in my videos. Let me know. Drop me a comment down below, and that will make me feel good. All right. So let's go straight to the point again. Let's go straight to the content. But again, as I say, guys, anytime you can leave me questions in the chat, and I will take a look at those, and hopefully I'm gonna be able to help you. But other than that, we're gonna get started right now. We have here we have the Yolobox Pro, which is a mobile streaming solution that you can actually use if you, let's say you have, of course, you're gonna need some cameras. So if you have some HDMI cameras, this can take up to 3 HDMI cameras. You probably already know about it if you're watching this video. I'm assuming you already know about the Yolobox. You can also add a webcam source or a webcam input with USB. And you get some other outputs as well, including HDMI out, USB out. You can actually send it to the computer if you want to send the output into a streaming software like OBS or any other streaming software. And you get some mic input and line input for audio. And of course, we're gonna be taking a look at that. All right. So we get DM Beats. Before we proceed, we got DEM Beats Production here from Philly. Thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you for being here, guys. Bring your questions, drop them in the chat, and let me know. Of course, let me know how you're doing and where you are watching from. So guys, without taking much time, we have, of course, the Yolobox, and next we have the Acsoon Seemo, which is the Acsoon Seemo here. It's gonna be a little adapter, so you can't go directly live. You can't stream live directly from this device. However, this little adapter is going to allow you to stream using your iPhone. Okay, using your iPhone. So I got my iPhone right here. So this is my iPhone here, and what you can do, it's gonna come with cables. I'm gonna show you in a minute how it works, but you can connect an actual camera or any HDMI input device, like a camera or a switcher, into this little device, and then this little device is gonna send the signal into your iPhone, so you can go live with actually your iPhone by using an actual real camera kind of video source, which is awesome. So this is an amazing tool as well, and this is gonna be, it actually costs around $175, so it's under $200, and this is really amazing. Okay, it's not as good as the Yolobox, but it does the job. It's just the Yolobox is gonna give you more options when it comes to hardware inputs and of course the software part. However, the Yolobox costs over $1,000, so it's more advanced. Okay, another way of going live mobily is actually by using your actual iPhone. So your iPhone, your Android phone, it doesn't matter. You can simply go to just open your iPhone, go to youtube.com or facebook.com, and then hit go live, or Instagram or TikTok. You're gonna be able to go live. The difference is you're gonna be using your actual camera from the phone and your microphone from the phone. So we're gonna take a look at that and find some ways to actually add some external audio as well to be able to get good audio for your live streams. All right, so that's that. And of course, I'm not gonna take much time. The first thing we're going to do now is I'm going to do a quick rigging just to show you. So this is my camera. This is my Panasonic GH5. Okay, I mean, you may have a smaller camera. It doesn't have to be exactly the same camera, but I just want to show you how I actually, the other day, I rigged my mobile live streaming with the Yolobox Pro, which is something that you can do with the Acsoon Seemo as well. So the Yolobox Pro is gonna come with this little adapter that you can actually mount on the top of your camera just like this. However, we're gonna attach it to our to the Yolobox, and then we're gonna talk audio, of course, right after that. So the way it's gonna go like this, boom, like this on the Yolobox, and then you can attach this on the top of the camera, something like this, right? So again, there's so many ways to rig it depending on what you're trying to do, but so far, this, if you want like a minimalistic kind of setup, this is gonna work. All right, of course you're gonna need a cage because you need to mount your microphone as well, so a cage is gonna allow you to add more accessories, right? So how I rigged actually mine was by adding a little adapter that I attached on my my cage right here, and be able to attach a microphone. And that's gonna be for, again, everyone's setup is different, and it's gonna be maybe for another video, but today's video we're gonna focus, or today's live stream we're gonna focus on the audio part, right? Just wanted to give you an idea of how it would work on the top of your camera. Some people will mount it on their tripod. So many ways to mount this stuff. So again, the goal is to have it mobile. I've seen some people streaming from their car with GoPros and things like the Yolobox Pro. So again, this is gonna depend on your setup. However, for audio, what I've seen most people struggle with is audio, how to get audio. We're gonna start with the option number one, which is gonna be a shotgun kind of wired microphone that you can use, especially if you're capturing things like weddings. I think works well with weddings. So it could be a microphone like this one right here. Although I think this little microphone that I used the other day wasn't giving me the best sound. But this is just a quick example, right? I think I have another mic that I would love to show you, like something like a shotgun mic. Okay, but this is just a quick example, right? So this is a Comica microphone that you can actually mount like this, right? Okay, so this is gonna it's gonna pick up a little bit of, you know, surrounding noise, so it's not gonna be like pure clean audio. However, if you want to get the overall sound of the room or where you're streaming from, this is a, you know, a little microphone or any other sort of kind of shotgun-ish microphone that will look like this, it would do. It doesn't have to be specifically this one, right? This is just to give you an example. And then most of these microphones are going to come with some sort of windscreen or, you know, something like this, right? Just like if you are in a noisy place or windy place, okay? Something like this, okay? And of course, this is gonna mount on the top of your camera, so something like this, all right? So we're gonna mount it on the cage here, on the top of our cage. All right, so now it's mounted. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, because most of these microphones are going to come with this type of cable, TRS cables. Okay, so what you need to do is, assuming your camera has a microphone input or microphone jack input, so you're gonna connect directly. Let me see if I can get an overhead view of whatever I'm doing here. There we go. So we're gonna move this on the side. All right. So yeah, so this is what it's gonna look like. And on the side here, we have an input jack for a microphone. So we can simply go ahead and actually input that into the camera. Okay. So what's happening here? How are we sending the audio into the Yolobox? So assuming we are using the Yolobox here, all right, which is not gonna fit, of course, because of the mic. Okay, so what's happening is we're gonna take the HDMI output, all right? So because we're sending HDMI from an HDMI signal from the camera, so we're gonna go ahead and actually plug in an HDMI cable, all right? And we got our Yolobox here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect the HDMI into the Yolobox, right? So now with this connection, what's happening is the audio is coming from the little microphone here. All right. Let me put the Yolobox on this side so you guys can see the mic. All right. So audio is coming from this microphone. It's getting into the camera, and the camera is sending the signal into the Yolobox. Now the Yolobox, since it's receiving its HDMI audio, I mean HDMI signal, the HDMI signal is actually embedding the audio from the mic and is actually sending the video as well. All right, so that's the first way of doing this kind of stuff. All right, guys, that's how it works. Super simple. So using your audio, you have your audio connected directly from the camera. All right, and so this is the setup. Audio coming from the camera, so microphone into the camera. All right, and then HDMI into the Yolobox. So the HDMI is bringing in audio and video at the same time. Now inside the Yolobox, inside the Yolobox, what's happening is you have to turn on the HDMI audio, okay? And make sure you hit the audio AVF, audio follow video, AFV, something like that. So audio follow video, right? That means the audio that's coming, if you switch to camera number 2 and you're using, let's say if you're using multiple cameras, you need to capture the audio only, or to use audio only coming from HDMI 1, okay? That's the first way of doing it. Now you could do the same thing. So let's actually switch it up to the Acsoon Seemo, and I'm gonna show you how it works. The same concept is going to apply on the Acsoon Seemo. All right, so now we have the Acsoon Seemo device here. Okay, for this one, we're gonna need, of course, you're gonna need some batteries, so NPF batteries. But if you already own the Acsoon Seemo, you already know how it works. If you don't know how it works, I have a video that you can actually check out, and it's gonna show you the full tutorial on how to connect it to your phone and build the whole setup for your streaming. Okay, now if you're using a camera with HDMI, so you have got your microphone is sending audio into the camera, and then the camera is sending an HDMI signal that will include both audio and video going into the Acsoon Seemo right here. So we got HDMI in, something like this, all right? And then for the Acsoon Seemo, you don't even have a choice. You can choose which audio to get. The audio is gotta come directly from the HDMI cable into the Acsoon Seemo, because you can use multiple cameras, so there's no other way of actually bringing audio into the Acsoon Seemo. Now you got your phone here. This is your iPhone. It's gonna be connected directly into the Acsoon Seemo, right? And you got your cable, so the Acsoon Seemo is actually on the video out here, coming from video out, right, going into the iPhone, right? So USB Type-C to Lightning, okay? And then you got your app here, all right? So what's happening is, what you're doing is you're sending the audio coming from the microphone through the camera, and it's going through HDMI into the actual adapter, and then the iPhone is gonna be receiving the audio and the video from the camera, both embedded in the HDMI. All right, so that's how you're gonna be able to get this audio here, this microphone. Just want to show you guys, I believe you can see it. So this microphone connect to your camera. That's how you're gonna be able to actually get that audio into your stream. I actually did the stream myself here on YouTube. You guys can check it out. One of my streams, and I was actually using the Acsoon Seemo with my phone, and I was using actually my ATEM Mini Pro as audio source. And what I was doing, I was actually connecting an actual microphone into the Acsoon Seemo, into the ATEM Mini Pro using the analog inputs, and then the ATEM Mini Pro was sending audio through HDMI out into the Acsoon Seemo, and then Acsoon Seemo, of course, sending to my iPhone. So that's how you get audio from an external microphone for the Acsoon Seemo. Okay. Now there are so many other ways of actually connecting audio, and those ways include, of course, using things like wireless microphone. Okay, that's another example of or that's another way of bringing in audio. So let's go ahead and actually cut to my main angle, and I'm gonna show you, this is a wireless set that I have from Mono. Okay, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Now it's the same concept, and most people actually, I think most people, especially when you're streaming mobile, prefer the wireless way, and this is gonna work for both the Yolobox and the Acsoon Seemo. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like. Of course, this could be any wireless microphone kit. I think Rode, there's Rode Wireless Go 2, and then there's a DJI mics as well, DJI Max, good ones. And these are like more budget kind of friendly, although if you have the budget, I would actually recommend you get the Rode ones or DJI ones, because they're going to be more advanced. However, this is just a quick example. So getting a wireless kit like this one, and then of course it's gonna come with some cables as usual. So one of the cables is gonna be to connect to your receiver. So you got your receiver, Where is the receiver here? Okay, so this is the receiver. No, this is the transmitter, and then this is the receiver here. All right. So the receiver can actually, from the output, you can connect this cable, and this cable is gonna go directly into your camera. So let's go ahead and actually bring my camera right here. All right. So you can, if you have something like this, like a cage, I don't know if you can mount on a cage, but most of these microphones will be able to be mounted on something like a cage. There you go. So as you can see, I can actually easily attach it to my cage, which is awesome. All right. It may not be super solid, so you have to be careful. But other than that, this is gonna go directly into my camera, just like this. Boom, right? So now I've got my transmitter here, right? So the transmitter can be clipped on my shirt, something like this, right? I can clip on my shirt, and then I can talk through it. This is gonna be if I was like a solo creator, so I don't need to capture a lot of people, right? So I'm the one talking on the live stream. Then I could go ahead and actually use this one. All right, just want to make sure. Yeah, awesome. So I can go ahead and actually use this one. So this is another way of capturing audio wirelessly now, mostly for solo creators. If you're solo, the only person speaking, and some of these kits may come with two transmitters. So if you like doing an interview on the fly, you can have one transmitter for the for your guest, and then another one for you, and that will still work at the same time. So the same concept is going to apply either using the Acsoon Seemo. So if you're using the Acsoon Seemo, it's gonna be the same thing. So the Acsoon Seemo is receiving the audio, is gonna come through the HDMI cable into the Acsoon Seemo, and then the Acsoon Seemo is sending the audio into your iPhone, and of course you're using your iPhone for live streaming, which is awesome. So that's another way of doing it. Cool. Now, if you're using only your iPhone, because we talked about using the Yolobox and using the Acsoon Seemo, but let's say, assume you're using your iPhone only, and you need some cleaner audio, something that will sound good. Again, most of these microphones, it could be your iPhone, your Android phone, it doesn't matter. Most of these microphones are going to come with some sort of adapters. In fact, this one right here, as you can see, it's gonna come with this cable. It's actually labeled phone on it, okay? Because the phone one has, it's actually called TRRS because it includes the microphone option, right? So let me just show you the little quick. So if you guys can see, it says phone on it here on this label, okay? So what it does is you can use this little adapter, especially if you're using an iPhone, all right? This little adapter here, and then boom, plug into your iPhone. And then you can actually, of course, you're gonna need to find a way to rig it. So let me just clear this space a little bit. So how it's going to work is, now instead of using this one, we're gonna use this cable here. Boom, something like this, right? So now we have the audio coming into our phone, right? And then we can use our transmitter. Where's my transmitter? Where is it? Where's my transmitter? Where's my transmitter? There we go. So I got my transmitter here that I can clip on my shirt if I'm a solo creator, just like that. Boom, and I'm ready to go, right? Now, of course, you're gonna need to rig it. You can find some cages for iPhones and stuff like that that you can actually use to rig. Again, if you browse, there's so many microphones that work with your phones, and that could be another option. Now, another option I want to show you little quick is you can still use this kind of microphone as well, and it's gonna come with some sort of, first of all, I think this supports your phone as well, so you can simply connect same way. Just make sure you use the right cable, because it's gonna come with two cables mostly, and then one cable is gonna be a cable that will look like this. So this is the TRRS, okay, TRRS. It's a little different compared to the actual TRS, okay. And then what you could do is you could use this microphone here, boom, into the mic, and then into your phone, something like this. If you want to capture like an overall audio, you know, in a room or in a place where even if you like a solo creator, you can still use this little microphone, something like this, and then it's gonna give you more, like it's gonna capture more ambience noise compared to, you know, microphones like these ones, but still it's gonna give you an overall sound of where you're gonna be, of course including your voice depending on what you're trying to capture. All right, so this is the easy way again to get the sound into your iPhone. Okay, the last of course this will apply if you were using the Yolobox. Now there's one thing that I didn't mention on the Yolobox, just want to show you a little quick. Now, before we get to the Yolobox, I want to show you another mic that is actually super budget friendly. It looks a little messy, but it's mighty. It's messy and mighty. Trust me. So this one is called the Boya mic. All right, Boya mic. This microphone is amazing. Cost about $14. And as you can see, this is not wireless, so it's super wired, and the wire is really long. That's why you see it's kind of messy right now. Okay, but it has this little amplifying kind of box, and it uses some sort of battery as well, but the mic sounds really good. Okay, and then if you guys know Justin Brown, I actually saw it from his channel and I bought it, and it even has like headphones jack here, right? So you can input some headphones and kind of monitor your audio. So if you're clipping, you can actually go ahead and decrease the gain and everything. But other than that, you have some settings for your camera, for your smartphone. So if you're using a smartphone, and then you can decrease the gain to have it set up to 0 dB or 10 minus 10 dB. They say if the signal is kind of too strong, you can do that. But other than that, I'm just gonna show you, you can connect it directly. This is made mostly for phones, right? Goes directly into your phone with this little adapter. If you're using an iPhone, if you're using an Android phone, it should go straight into your phone. And this little microphone sounds really good. So if you're doing some sort of mobile streaming with your phone, going directly into the phone, or you maybe let's say you were recording as well, this is gonna be a cool microphone to actually consider. All right, so with that out of the way, actually with the same microphone, this can go directly to your camera as well. It doesn't have to be just an iPhone, right? So what you can do is same concept, boom, this goes into your camera. Let's say you were doing some interviews, maybe live, right? And then you can have this mic to you know, clip it to your talent's shirt, or even if it was you, right? Or if you live streaming, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? It goes directly into your you know, it's gonna clip on your shirt or something. All right, now I have tested this microphone myself. I've used it. Sounds really good, and I will actually say that it sounds better than most expensive microphones, more expensive microphones. Although the wire thing is kind of annoying sometimes depending on where you would be. That's what I would say. But other than that, you can go into your camera, go into your smartphone, and it's gonna sound amazing, right? It doesn't have this like clippy sound that will be super annoying. Okay, so that's that. Next up, we have what do we have? So next up, you could do the same with the Yolobox Pro, right? The Yolobox has two inputs for audio. Just gonna show you a little quick. So So as you can see with the Yolobox, let me remove this right here. So as you can see with the Yolobox here, we have these two audio inputs. So we have mic input and line input. Okay, so mic is gonna be something like a microphone. So if you have a microphone like this one, this should be able to go directly, the Boya microphone that I just showed you guys should be able to go directly as a mic into the Yolobox, just like that. And it's gonna sound good. So you're gonna see it inside the Yolobox software, and then you can add it, or you can, kind of use it as a microphone input. Another way of doing it, if you have like a mixer, right? You could get a mixer and then use the, did I put in line or microphone? So this is a mic. It would go directly into microphone, not line, microphone. Now, if you have you're using a mixer, maybe they say have many people, more microphones. You can use like XLR microphones and have the output from your audio mixer, your sound mixer, into the line input on the Yolobox, right? So that's, they say if you're streaming things like sports and you're doing multiple interviews and stuff like that, you can have a mixer capturing different audio sources, and then you can have the main output going into the Yolobox. That would be another way of doing it. Okay. You could also go directly from, because we looked at getting the audio through the camera and then HDMI, but because the Yolobox has microphone input and line input, you could actually connect directly your microphone into the Yolobox. So it could be a microphone like this, and then of course you're gonna need a cage, right? And then because you need to mount this little one here somewhere. And then this microphone is gonna connect directly into microphone, all right, not line. Okay, microphone and not line, microphone, because this is a mic. All right, make sure you're using the right cable. Now the TRRS, you need to use the TRS, okay, not the one that works on your phone, right? So that's that for the Yolobox. For the Acsoon Seemo, you don't have a choice, because the Acsoon Seemo doesn't have any direct audio input. So you're gonna need to go directly through the camera, and the camera is gonna bring in some HDMI. HDMI is gonna come in with the sound and audio at the same time. Now, if you're using something like the ATEM Mini Pro switcher, and then you're getting HDMI into the Acsoon Seemo, then you're gonna need to get your audio hooked up through the ATEM Mini Pro or any other HDMI switcher, because for the Acsoon Seemo, the audio has to come directly through the HDMI. There's no other option to actually get audio on the Acsoon Seemo, so it has to go through the HDMI part. All right, so that's pretty much it. Few solutions and suggestions that I have for you guys, especially when it comes to dealing with audio. Again, you don't have to use exactly the same microphones that I'm using here or that I'm showing you guys. These are just some examples of the type of microphones you can use. One of your favorite microphones, depending on your situation. If you are, just a solo person, the solo creator, kind of creating content or live streaming on the go, or if you're streaming something like a wedding or a sports event, or or you're driving around in your car. So it's gonna depend on the type of microphone, but I think I covered most types of microphones. Of course, I didn't talk about mixers, but if you have a mixer with multiple microphones as well, that could be an option. And then the mixer can go directly into the Yolobox, or it could go through into the camera, right? If you're using the Acsoon Seemo camera, and then camera is sending HDMI into the Acsoon Seemo. Now, I have an interface here. This is the Behringer Euphoria UMC22. This is an interface that's going to need some power. All right. So for this, you need to be in a place where you have access to power, because all the devices that I just showed you, microphones, can run off of battery, right? But this one is gonna need some sort of power. That's why if you were to go with this kind of solution, It could be the same interface or a bigger interface. You would need some sort of power. Maybe you have a laptop or a computer that you can send audio into the laptop, but at the same time, you can use the headphones out of this interface, or you can use a cable that will get because if I can show you a quick overhead look here. As you can see, we have two outputs on the back for your studio monitors, but you can use two cables that will get both inputs into one TRS input into the Yolobox or any of the devices that we talked about. And then that could be an option. Or you could use the headphones out. Instead of monitoring with your headphones, you can actually send this directly into the Yolobox or into the Acsoon Seemo's, camera. So in that case, it would be a camera. You're gonna need some sort of adapter, and then from there you can use a cable like this. Boom, that will go directly into the camera. So if you had a mic here and an instrument, maybe you're a musician streaming, you could actually send that audio into the Yolobox or into the Acsoon Seemo, into the camera, and then the camera into the Acsoon Seemo, and that would be another way of doing it. All right, so that's another way, but this is not 100% mobile. Again, you need some power. But there's another device that I actually forgot to talk about, and it's called the I think it's in the box. I don't have it, but this is like an interface that is actually powered. Let me show it to you right now. I made a video about it. If you guys want to check it out, I'm just gonna show it to you super quick. So let's go to, just gonna show it to you on Amazon. It's made by Comica, and Mono has the same thing. Okay, let's go to amazon.com here, and then we're gonna look for Comica ADcaster C1. All right, so this is the device here. All right, so what this device does is actually, let's say if you're doing a mobile podcast or something and you gotta kind of stream it or record it, because the Yellowbox can stream as well, and the Acsoon Seemo can stream, of course, and record, so you can record the whole show. It's gonna be stored in your phone, right? So you can record using your phone. So you could get a device like this one because it's actually battery powered, and then have microphones. Of course, this device, I know on the picture they're showing the Shure SM7B, but it doesn't have enough gain to power the Shure SM7B for sure. I would love to test it with a booster, maybe. I don't know, but you can actually, does work well with the Comica microphone here, and then some condenser microphones will be actually powered with this little device. So this is like a mini Rodecaster Pro that is actually battery powered, and it's got a lot of features, including some EQs and stuff like that. So this could be another option, especially if you're doing some sort of podcast where you actually seated doing almost, just seated, having a conversation, and maybe have two cameras kind of switching back and forth. This is a mobile solution that's actually not going to require any battery. There's not going to require any power, like that doesn't have to be connected to power or anything. The battery can last up to 6 hours. That's what Comica says. So this could be another option. Again, I have it here. It's just in the box. I forgot to take it out to show it to you guys. But if you want to know more about the device, I have a video about it. I tested it. It's a long, super long video. Let's go ahead and actually check it out on my channel here. By the way, if you guys have questions, this is the time to drop them in the chat before we end the stream. So the video should be this one right here. You could maybe leave the music on high and have this little button called dark on. So let's go ahead and actually This So this is the video, guys. I can just drop it in the chat. So if you want to take a look. This is what it looks like. This is the device. Did a lot of testing with it. Has Bluetooth and stuff like that. So that could be something to actually check out for sure. And this is gonna be another mobile solution for you guys, especially if you're doing something like a sitting podcast and stuff like that. Still mobile, right? But assuming you're having like maybe you're traveling and you want to have like a streaming live to YouTube or Facebook with the Yolobox Pro or the Acsoon Seemo, or directly from your phone. Actually, you could do that as well. You could do that because the thing is, you can stream directly from your phone with interfaces like this one. You can go using something like this, and then boom. Or even has like some of these have USB Type C that will go directly into your phone, which is amazing. So it's just technology is getting better. So that's that. Um, so I'm not gonna take much time, guys. If you have a few questions, I can answer some questions before we end the stream. But other than that, I think I went through almost everything that I had to cover today when it comes to audio. So many choices, so many options, depending on how you're streaming. So either using the Yolobox Pro, or you're using something like the Acsoon Seemo, or you're going directly from your phone. You can always improve your audio by applying or using some of these microphone or audio solutions that we mentioned, right? So that's that. Okay. So I just want to remind you guys, let me show you something here. This is a PTZ camera that's going to ship to someone. All right. So this is going to ship to someone. I was supposed to ship it yesterday. Your boy is kind of late, but I'm going to ship it tomorrow. Right. It's already packaged in the box, and it's going to ship to someone called Jeremiah. Right. So I'm not selling cameras. This was actually something that he won because we had a giveaway last month. Okay, some of you guys were part of it. You didn't win. It's okay. We're gonna have some more, but I wanted to let you know if you're watching live on a replay or on a replay and would love to join my community. So we have a community over on Facebook. It's a Facebook private group. It's free to enter. It's just that's where you can ask questions about live streaming. Of course, you have access to me and of course to the rest of the community or the people who follow the channel that have joined my Facebook group. So I'm gonna have a link down. I'm gonna leave a link in the chat and to the Facebook group. So whenever we do some giveaways like this one, or of course not, I don't want you to join for just giveaways. So I want you to join if you are interested in live streaming or video production in general, and think you can actually contribute to the community, not just to get your questions answered. You can of course get your questions answered, but also kind of contribute to the overall community. So if people have questions and stuff like that in the Facebook group, you can actually answer those as well. So it doesn't have to be me, or you can simply share your experience, right? So yeah, so feel free to join my Facebook group. I'm gonna show you a little quick. It's gonna be, by the way, I have a new website as well. This is supposed to be updated, but this is out of date. This is the giveaway, but if you go down here to liveproductiontips.com, you can go to Facebook group here, and this is our Facebook group. So this is our Facebook group. So feel free to join our Facebook group because that's where you can ask questions and things like that. All right, let's go ahead and actually paste in the chat. So feel free to join. All right, feel free to join. It's called live. It's called live streaming, free live streaming help, tips and tools. So give you tips and tools to improve your live streaming and of course your video production. So that's that. We've got my friend. Where were you? My friend here, DM Beats Production. Say, I appreciate you sharing this information, my friend. I appreciate you, my friend, for being here as well. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was clear. Again, you can reach out to me if you have any questions regarding some of the things that I talked about. And of course, go ahead and drop your questions in the Facebook group as well. Okay. Because I'm not gonna be live all the time. So the time we are offline, we can always chat in the Facebook group. Other than that, if you're watching on a replay, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you have questions. But other than that, guys, my name is Sam. You're watching Live Production Tips and Tools. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully I'm gonna see you next week on one of my live streams or one of my videos. Peace out.